Hello, hello, hello everybody. Guess who's back with ZodVoD number 2? It's been a while. Yeah, had to get some things sorted out. I've been busy for quite some time, but I've made my grand return to GameReplays.org quite recently, and would like to surprise you all with this new VOD. It hasn't been announced, so yeah, hope you enjoy it. And it's good to be back in business again. Alright, this replay has been on popular for over a week now, not entirely sure when. It was uploaded by Hellfire, who's there with his LOD team on GDI, along with Lightning, Fever, Dose1, and Woolen. And on Nod team, representing NTS, we have Michael and Wombat, along with Yukuri, the returning ZolKN, who took a very long break from Scene C4, but now doesn't seem to be a time where you don't see him online. He's very active now. And Martin SM is the only name I'm not particularly familiar with. I have played a couple of games with him, with and against, but there's not a lot I can tell you about his playstyle, so hopefully we'll learn a bit more from watching this. The game is on hostile headlands. One of the larger maps in the game, we can tend to see a lot of focus in the south, and 3 GDI players starting in the south, Woolen and Lightning offense, and Fever support, and 2 going north, Hellfire support, and Dose1 offense. And in the north, NTS Michael going up there with support, Yukuri also supports, going with Venoms, Martin SM also supports, ZolKN offense, and Wombat defense. And the Nod team is mostly still in their deploy zone at the moment, so GDI is going to be able to take the south first. Woolen has already reached the south uplink and Fever right behind him, and there's Lightning as well. They've also taken the north uplink, Hellfire and Dose are there already, and old Michael was trying to take the blue there, but Hellfire managed to stop his Marauder, I'm assuming he was using. There we go, and he's managed to secure it. Not bad at all considering 2 players went up there, but it looks like Dose wasn't really bothering with him. He's taking the nodes at the top, and Michael doesn't have a lot of anti-air to deal with those orcas, so he's going to have to move away from there. ZolKN, already tier 2 for Nod, that was quick, and he's making a move for these greens to try and secure them despite losing the south there. Wombat, also a tier 2 as well. Yukuri with a massive Venoms, shooting down these orcas one by one. GDI are also tier 2 now, and respawn Lightning. Didn't see him losing his crawler there. Wombat looking very well set up there at this node, and that's a good thing too, because now Nod has 3 players surrounding that south node, ZolKN detonating that green there, and which means these 3 GDI players are pretty much surrounded. If they want to break out of there to keep a secure hold on these greens, they're going to have to keep their armies together as one to gang up on these Nod players, particularly since the Nod team is picking them off there with those harassment units, and the massive bulldogs coming after Martin SM. Doesn't seem to be doing much about it. Here he comes, he's also got Venoms as well, but Venom's not quite the best thing to deal with a massive bulldogs, and there's Hammerheads as well now. So Venom's a pretty bad unit of choice, as we can see there. They've all been destroyed so quickly. Now he's going to have to move out, and Lightning now grabbing that green with an engineer. They've managed to secure that ground. ZolKN keeping a couple of macro units around to stop these tips from being stolen by the GDI team. But and he has managed to secure that. Those Hammerheads could have probably stopped it, but I don't know, the Raiders too fast, plus heroic. GDI now tier 3 already. Well, Woolen is. Lightning also tier 3, but he's going to die in a second. There he goes. Martin SM now making the change to Salamanders with Marauders. Not a bad combination against Hammerheads, not the super effective one, but it still works all the same. Wombat with the treble Reckoner combo, probably filled with engineers and Reapers as well. Nice choice there against a Hammerhead user. And now that he's tier 3, he'll probably need to change to Kodiak. Let's see. Martin now in the middle. Yukuri's still got those Venoms, and look at those promotions on those Venoms. Now that's gotta be some very, very slick micro on Yukuri's part to get that many Venoms ranked up. And now the Kodiaks are already out from Hellfire in the north. Michael has also got Salamanders, and Lightning has changed to defense to get Zone Raiders, which of course hard counters Salamanders. Good choice there. The Venoms still picking off everything around the map. Crystal Shield going up, and Michael manages to dodge it. He's going to have to make a unit change from Salamander, possibly to Vertigo, because he doesn't have tier 3 yet. And Cobra, not the unit I would have picked, but there you go, I'm not going to question him. Zulkian making the change to Scorpions, and there's a few Tyrants there from Martin SM to chase off those Kodiak. And Mastodon's now coming up with a bunch of Sandstorms, plus the GDI Commando to get rid of Zulkian's Crawler. He's now got Spectres as well out there to help with the damage. They haven't got the Corrosion yet. Ion Cannon going down, then Zulkian is already out the way, but the Zone Raiders caught him out, and he's down. But the Nod team has claimed the uplink. Lightning now moving south. Hellfire and Dose still up here. Kodiak's coming out, more Sandstormers. Wombat still in position down there. Also not tier 3 yet, as you know. Yukuri's Crawler still in the non-deploy zone. They don't have a lot of ground control at the moment, especially having started out with only one offense player, and I think that's still holding true at the moment. It's still just Zol, who is mostly Spectres now. And the south is still pretty much GDI's. No one's really making a move towards Wombat there, even though he's by himself, and there's 2 players down there. They're putting their focus mostly on the middle. That's where the main Nod army is, and Solkian taking the Sonic Artillery there. And Ion Cannon again missing him by a clear shot. He's having good fortune dodging those things, those Venoms still. Look at those promotions there. There's not a single one there that isn't ranked up, I don't think. In some shape or form, nearly all of them heroic. Martin now going for Tyrants against the Kodiaks, good choice. There's the Sandstorms to drive him off. Plus a Mastodon. Not a good idea to be fighting that many tier 3 units alone, and his Crawlers found by the Zone Raiders, and Sonic as well. He's not got rid of it with the countermeasures, and down he goes. And that uplink very, very quickly neutralized by the Zone Raiders. The north now entirely in GDI's hands, with the exception of Solkian macroing with those Spectres, and spotted that one there, but don't know if anything's going to chase after it. There's only one engineer in there, but see, the Spectres are there, getting driven off, but not killed. Just a position there, comes straight back in as soon as the Spanners leave, and raining on those engineers. Need to kill the other one, unless they can kill the Sandstorms. Yep, one dies from the Corrosion. They can safely take that back now. There goes the engineer, and that Sandstorm is not going to last very long either. There it goes. Oh, one of the Spectres down as well, but that node is going to go back to Sol. And there's a Hunter and Commando preventing that one from stealing anything. Yukuri. Oh, we got Leviathans now. Didn't see him get rid of his Venoms. I don't think they wouldn't die there. That's a Sonic going down on Wombat, but countermeasures already down. He's decommissioning before the Ion Cannon can do any damage. More Spectres over here from Sol, who just had a Firehawk airstrike launched on him. There's now more Leviathans plus Basilisk from Martin, SM and Fever. The LOD still using Hammerheads against now Basilisk army, not the best unit choice against Basilisks, and Furious needs 2 Mastodons as well. And Lightning taking a lot of damage down there from the massive tier 3 units on the Nod side there. One of those Mastodons does go down to the zone captains. Yukuri also having to get out there as well. Plenty of Kodiaks, Paladins from Woolen. And Michael now is using the Venoms instead with a few Basilisks coming in. And Zol still getting these Spectres all over the map, trying to keep some form of node control. Good thing for him to do is he's still at the moment the only nod offense player. Wombat's changed support and going for Vertigos. A very good unit choice at tier 3 against a massive defense, even though there's only the one defense player, but they also work very well against offense. Not so much against support, as Vertigo's having absolutely no anti-air attacking, and he hasn't got his stealth upgrade yet. Might see it soon enough, but neutralizing these nodes, that's the best they can do, as Zol is the only offense player. There's no other means for them to do that. The rest of them are all support, it looks like. Yep. The GDI team keeping very good track on ZolKN's attempt to macro the map. They've got their spy drones up, they're taking a crawler to each node for the most part, except for the two that are on the nod side, and Zol is still making sure they stay red. Yep, very good air job there defending the home nodes there from ZolKN, and the scores are still pretty much even. There were some slight boosts ahead in points, and GDI is currently in the lead, but now Nod has 3 control nodes. They've taken the middle node, thanks to that Mastodon being the only form of ground control they've got. Oh wait, and an engineer. How could I forget about him? But GDI moving back in towards the Nod side. They've got a good army for taking down those Leviathans, and the heroic Blue Cord Titan there, shooting them down with the Basilisk surrounding them on the other side from Michael and Yukuri, along with the Leviathan, giving them that defensive boost. And oh crap, it's going to be close. 2 crawlers going down there, 1 from each side, and it's going to be anybody's game right now. 4 points, 3 points, 2 points for GDI. Oh! Whoa. Okay, they said it was going to be a 2-point difference, but that 2-point difference could have gone to either side. Oh jeez. Oh, very nice. Absolutely loving that macro from ZolKN, keeping at least 2 nodes under nod control and then fighting over a 3rd node constantly between the 2 of them. A lot of stuff dying from support powers, a mass of tier 3 units. That was a very, very good end battle there. And LOD taking the win by 2 points. Oh jeez. And these stats, let's see what we got here. The most crawlers killed by Yukuri with 5, and the most crawlers lost by LOD Lightning. He was mostly the defense in the middle there, and defense players tend to get targeted if there's only one of them, particularly from nod support powers, and there were a lot of nod support in that game, so I can probably guess he got drilled a few times. And also a lot of Mark of Cain's happening, but I must have missed a good few of them in that run through. No apologies about that. It's been a while, leave me be. Units killed, the most units killed, again going to Yukuri, and that is definitely from that cloud of venoms that he had. Just having a look at those. I swear there was not a single one of them that wasn't ranked up in some way, and more than half of them had to have been heroic. I couldn't really quite tell all the time, and I wasn't about to follow them all the way around the map to be sure that that's a bit unfair. Anywho, and he's only lost 28 units. He also lost the least, but so I'm guessing those venoms were probably decommissioned to make the exchange for the Leviathans and then the Basilisks as well. The most units lost is Wombat, likely from when he was still as defense, as infantry units don't tend to last very long in a big battle. At least they're easily replaced, as he also built the most units, so we can see that The best kill-death ratio easily goes to Yukuri that time, with ZolKN and Hellfire also getting a decent positive kill-death as well. Woolen also just above the positive mark. Support powers, Yukuri using 13, Woolen using 12, 9 going to Michael, 6 to Martin, 1 to Wombat, having made that very late support change. Hellfire and Fever both using 7 as well. A lot of support powers used in that game. Wow. I've got to commend LOD. They do surprise me there with that. Because I haven't seen them in action a lot, but having played them, they are not to be underestimated. They're one of the best new up-and-coming teams at the moment. They're definitely one to keep an eye on in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing them in action soon. And the rest of the other team, a good assortment of good players. Don't ask about the I'm just trying to find words here. Played a lot here of them, as you know, and ZolKN. This was one of his more recent games back into action properly with good players on his side. It's good to see a returning player like him back in action, and he doesn't seem to have skipped a beat either from his time away. He was gone for months, but, well, it's impressive, and that was some very slick macro there with those Spectres there, keeping the nodes under nod control right up until the last minute, but then it just came down to kills mostly, and that's at the top right node, and 2 crawlers getting destroyed there, 1 from each, and the last kill just went to GDI in the end. Very slick here game. You can easily see why that made popular, and not just from being a close game. That was very entertaining. Alright, ZodVoD number 2 complete, and we'll be seeing you around soon enough. ZodiacHeadlock signing out. Sayonara.